What up, Facebook Live, part 2. Something happened and I just got the boot. Let's put on some music while we're waiting for everyone to come back on. I don't know what happened, but I just got the boot. Come on, everybody come back on. Come on, everybody come back on. I got cut off. I put the James Brown back on to get started in the vibe again. Hey. Allie, what up, my boo? I was on live and I got cut off. So let me try and share this again because I don't know what happened. And we're talking about something really important. Allie, I know you know about this. We're talking about the loop. Tell me what you think the loop is. And we're going to talk about this and talk about how we can shift this. Look, so who else was here that got cut off? Say hello if you're here with me live. Okay, let me share this to, yay, to Valtopia, and share it to the love drop, and share it to the abundance flash mob, and share it to the, come on. Because what we're talking about came up through all my clients this week, and I'm telling you, this is so clear to see this pattern and what we need to do to get out of it. And that's what we're doing in the group I'm offering on Friday. You don't want to miss it. I'm looking down because I'm looking at my phone because I'm sharing the live stream. Please share so we can get started, honey. Yeah. I can't see here where to do this. Let me see. Say hello. Allie says, I've been really noticing and breaking cycles all month, so I'm excited for this. Yes. Gloria. Thank you for sharing. I really appreciate it. Let me share this to my page so that I get my crew on. Oh, the throat chakra today from everybody. Honey, to my newsfeed. That's what I want. Join us. Is this you? I wish all this would just automate and we're live right away from the start. Everywhere you need to be, right? We need to get a crew on here to get the energy. But so, okay. Let me tell you what's going on here with this topic, and I love that, Allie, you say you've been breaking those patterns because breaking the loop. So here's what I've noticed with a lot of you that come to me, especially if you've experienced like narcissistic relationships where you feel like you're in this horrible loop. I mean, that is the best way to describe, hey, Gloria, to describe the narcissist relationship with the empath is the loop, honey. So the loop is where you truly might be spending a lot of time attempting to improve your life situation and lifting yourself up out of some sort of survival mode. But you may be far beyond survival mode and really thriving, and you're still coming up into new levels of knowing yourself, different levels of your life experience. And you find yourself unable to shift out of where you are, and you're striving for more alignment, and you're striving for more connection, and you're striving for more commitment to what you're doing, and you find yourself like, why isn't it working? Why am I not able to get to the next level? Why are people coming to me after having invested thousands of dollars in spiritual guides and mentors and not having results, and then having results with me? Why are we able to get out of the loop? Does anybody want to guess? I want to hear a guess. And if you're watching the replay, I want you to guess in the replay. I love it when it's interactive. I love it when we have a bunch of people on. But I guess a lot of you will watch this as a replay. And this is such a powerful topic. Calling it everyone that needs to hear this topic today, because this energy, it catches people off, and they spend so much of their time and money and their life force caught up in this. We need to break this pattern. So, hey, Shafina, how are you? So here's why clients are coming to me after going so long and investing and having results. The loop is they are getting triggered by emotions and staying stuck in their story, staying stuck in their, it's almost like bumpers. and there's like a buffer there, and they're getting caught in the little buffer of energy because they keep getting triggered and saying, but I did it forever. I would defend myself. I always had a reason of all the things I'd done and how come they're not working. All the reasons why you can't, like a whole bunch of work and energy spent defending your limitations. Who remembers or still doing that? Hi, Shafina. Not letting go. Exactly. Not letting go. And from an energetic perspective, if we're plugged into other people and plugged into situations that are long done and gone, there's no room to move on from that situation fully. And so you are not ready to receive your next and move up into your next level of resonance of yourself if you won't let go. And the loop feels like a comfy, cozy place, but it's really not. Like, it's something you know, so you keep going back to it because you're too afraid to go out into places where you might get triggered, and for good reason. You're getting triggered so you can learn to shape yourself beyond the circumstances that you're experiencing. So who's here? We need some engagement, honey. Let's do a little reading and get the energy going and get some friends on this experience. A reading for the whole community around this loop. Because I find that as a collective, those of you who watch me and those of you who are new that join me, we are collectively releasing certain behavioral patterns and emotions and physical, almost like there's times when we've released shackles on certain parts of our body. We're collectively releasing the memory of moments that are long gone that we don't need to be plugged into anymore, and moving beyond a loop that keeps us stuck, where we're not able to illuminate and connect in to the whole frequency of night, not just this little tiny place. And I was explaining it to my client in our session last time. It's like we're under this rock, especially if we feel very highly sensitive, and almost like our power is so great, we've like kept ourselves under the rock because we're afraid to be seen, and we're afraid to express this immense power that we are. So we allow ourselves to stay under the rock and believe that we don't know what we're doing, and believe that we shouldn't take responsibility for ourselves, and believe that we can't, and defend all our limitations because we're afraid of coming out from under that rock and getting exposed and actually having to deal with the responsibility of shifting into all of our resonance, not just the little one we know that's under the rock. So we let ourselves stay in this loop of safety under the rock because it's what we know. And meanwhile, you're spending all this money and time trying to go learn principles that are beyond just like, let's get out from under the rock and feel really good about it so that we can actually then do what we've been called to do, right? Or actually know what we're called to do. If you're entrenched in old programs and conditioning, and your mind is spinning in a loop because you have monkey mind and you can't meditate, and you can't sit still, and you don't know how to ground and center, you will not be able to absorb all the material that's coming at you until you deal with that stuff. I know because I kept running from class to class and thing to thing, and I did learn some stuff, but it wasn't until I finally did the work on myself and gave myself permission to fucking relax and do what I needed to do to be in a state of peace and grace and connection that anything started to shift. Who resonates with this message? Let me know. Ali says, I'm blessed enough to be aware that I have a twin flame out in the world, and he's been triggering all sorts of things in me this week to break my cycles. You pulling the twin flame card the other day was certainly no coincidence. Ah, yeah, like we're going around in a circle. Yes. And the loop is, there's parts of, let me explain it from the point of my clients having success so that you can see yourself and see if this is you and this is what you want to experience. The clients know the work that I'm teaching them. They understand the process, but they're unable to implement it because the loop for them is viscerally so strong. The programs and conditions that are running are overriding their highest information and their highest guidance. And so a lot of the mentorship and spiritual guide programs that you'll take will ask you to tune into your highest self to get your answers. And a bunch of us go to those classes and go, I can't sit still and listen to that guided journey. Ain't nothing gonna happen for me. I'm the one that's not gonna touch with my higher self. I don't know. And I like, that never happened for me. And I'm the weird one. and we think that we're excluded and we're not allowed to get in touch with ourselves. And we have all these reasons why we've tried and it hasn't worked. And we keep getting more and more evidence that it's not working. And we just keep ourselves stuck under that rock, worrying and fretting and thinking that we're the only ones that don't have the permission to connect in with ourselves. Isn't it funny that we think we're the only ones that don't have connection with ourselves? Like, everybody has connection with themselves. But some people get lost. You know, my brother passed away of addiction, and he lost touch with his highest self. Otherwise, he would have chosen to come up out of that. That was his story. You know, that was his thing. Hi, Rachel. Fear of judgment of others and acceptance is a real setback to spiritual growth. Yes, it is. Because when we put our choice of being outside of ourselves, how can we be taking the cosmic guidance that's meant to come through us? So I'm finding that the work I'm doing is all about allowing you to clear your own channel. And when you come to me, you've tried and you've learned the principles, but they might not be working for you. And some of it's because you have certain empathic gifts and resonances that don't allow you to tune into the information you've been purchasing or studying until you come into your body and ground and center and learn some principles that allow you to quit getting triggered and staying in the loop and under the rock, right? And you think you're getting out of the rock and you've really tried, and you keep repeating, and I know I was there for a long time. Shafina says, I love that ring you had on the video yesterday. Where you get it from? Oh, which one? This guy? This one? Rachel says, stepping into personal truth is vital to going into personal higher self, but doing the changes to get there, even if not what we want, but must do. Yeah, and the changes that we are called to do, it's learning what to practice that signal of connection, even when we think we're not hearing it, and even when we think it's not happening. We have to believe in that connection in order to begin receiving anything that is beyond what's the rock, under the rock. And that's the part that's so scary, right, Rachel, for everyone, is to let go of what you know and to be weird and to be unusual and to let yourself do things that seem right for you but are too much for the people in your family, and to invest money when you're broke. Most of my clients start off unemployed. And do you know why? Because they can't get a job because their energy sucks, because they're caught in the fucking loop. Their energy doesn't suck, but they're in a place of fear and anxiety and guilt and repression, and they're beating themselves up. They're the nicest people you'll ever meet. And the reason they're so nice, the reason they're so frustrated is because they've been too nice, and they're not being nice to themselves at all. And it's when they stop and allow themselves to breathe and be kind to themselves and realize how much they've actually accomplished and how much they are able to do, and shift out of that rock place to their whole expansive place. When they start getting the job interviews, they start getting the lover they were looking for, they start booking the clients that they couldn't book. In those, I don't care how much work you've done or how advanced you are, every single one of you has something to clear with me on the level that I resonate it with, and we can get you out of the loop. I know this. I know this. There's just a certain level of hidden sabotage going on in everybody's, monkey mischief that's keeping you from your most sensual, successful, serendipitous, serene self. Those are some good words. Who wants to write those down? Michelle, hey honey. Michelle was in the Abundance Awakening. Yeah. Okay, so you feel free to put a review too if you're loving it. And you were caught in a loop for a while, I know. And we all get there. We all get laid under that, I call it the fog, the fear, the obligation, and the guilt, right? And what's happened to many of us is that we've been living under the fog for so long that it's just become a pattern that we're used to. And we don't even know that we're clenched and tight and almost feeling pain in certain parts of our body because we're holding on to these old attachments, we're holding on to these old programs, we're holding on to these old rules. We don't even know that they're still running. Who feels and resonates with that? Because when I started clearing the energy and started allowing myself to disconnect from other people's rules and then to begin to formulate my own opinion, which a lot of clients come to me and they don't know their own opinion because they've been in a really controlling relationship for years, or their parents were so domineering that they never kind of outgrew the inner child that thinks they can't have a mind of their own. And even though they're like living, they're a grown people and they have a successful experience, there's still parts of them that are still holding on to that persona and resonance with themselves. And we can detach and disconnect from that. And that process can be tricky, right? Because as you disconnect and detach, you start to have memories and things that need to come up for release for you to fully let go. And that's where people get freaked out and scared. Oh my God, it's happening again. No, you're leaving the loop. The loop's trying to pull you back in. Are you going to go back into the loop, or are you going to allow yourself to get out from under the rock? And so Friday, we're beginning a 2 weeks with me. Clean slate, clear vision. We already have 3 recordings. One is a bonus if you sign up today, the Abundance Awakening that I recorded beyond the actual Abundance Awakening. And these recordings clear, like subconscious hidden emotions and the physical energy tied up around those emotions that you don't even know you're holding on to. And I know this because I already have testimonials. And so we're going through that experience, and then you have support for 2 weeks with me. So can you imagine how much you could get out from under the rock and out of the loop in 2 weeks with these powerful audios that actually do shift your mindset, your energy, and they work. I've been doing this now for several years. These recordings and my voice and the work that I do it blows my mind. It blows your mind too. It blows your mind right out of all that bullshit back to yourself, which is what we want to do, right? Hey, Patrice, how are you? Yeah, honey. So let's play a game here. Who feels like they're stuck in a loop? Ooh, stuck in a loop. I love to free people. And so let's have an interaction with one of you to show where we might feel stuck in the loop and how we can shift out of it. An example of what we'll be doing in Clean Slate, Clear Vision on some level. Okay. Allie says, it seems like, at least in my experience, as soon as you have a few small breakthroughs, the spiritual upgrades and shifts come faster and faster. Those first few are really the hardest ones. It's true. It's true, and it's not. I mean, every level, there's new things that happen, but Shafina does. Okay. Hey, Sarah. Shafina, talk to me. What you got going on? Or do you want me to tune in and see where the energy is while you're typing? Do I have permission to tune into you? And we're going to use Shafina, that sounds terrible. Shafina's going to share her energy and presence with us to move through an example of disconnecting from the loop. Now, I want to tell you something. A lot of the people that want to work with me right now can't afford it in their minds. And then they invest and they get their job offer. Like I have a client just yesterday who has 4 job offers within 2 days of doing a group program with me for $22 that's still available. And she went on and on with me for months. Because she did a book appointment in September and loved it, and then was like, well, I got to get a job and then I'll book in. I got to get a job and then I'll book in. September, October, November, December, January, booked in the $22 thing and has 4 job offers in a day. She shifted her energy, right? This is what we do. Hi, Sarah. Courtney. Allie's in the loop. Yes, Sarah. We're talking about the loop and getting out from under the loop. So is Shafina still ready for me to tune in? And I want to move through this with one of you, because being stuck in the loop can be so frustrating, and we can feel so alone and isolated. And all we want is someone to help us. And the irony is, the someone that can help us is ourselves. But until you have a good guide pull you through some of your BS, and then we're not pulling you through, but really just stand next to you as you wade through your own fears and face the stuff that seems really freaking fucking impossible. And then you realize, oh my God, it is possible. I can do this. I don't have to stay under the rock. I don't have to stay under the rock? Oh my God, I get to be free. Yes, you do. Yes, you do get to be safe and free. When you feel safe and when you feel free, everything is possible. you become so much more creative and connected, right? It's so hard to break through to the next level. Sarah, I'm so glad that you said that in demonstration. That is a belief and a truth, right? It is a truth because we've all experienced it. It's fucking hard to break through to the next level, especially at the beginning. But the more that we set our words and think about it and learn who we are and decide how it's going to be, it shifts. It shifts. The more resonant and the closer we are to our aligned highest state of being, things change. So it's convincing those of us that are still in a poverty mindset and afraid and stuck and really in kind of a survival mode. Like, I can't get behind, let me get out of survival mode and then I'll come over and fix my energy. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Why don't you see this thing that's like within your budget and spend a couple of weeks taking care of your energy field, your mind, body, mindset, like let go of some old shit that's really fucking with you, that's not going to let you get past the loop? Why don't you just take some time and do that now and have results in 2 weeks? Have results in 24 hours. Most people that work with me have amazing results within the first day. Several of you are on here that have worked with me. Shafina says, I feel that I can reach into my deep though. I know I am there, but I can't turn that knob. Interesting. Okay, I want to tune in. Allie says, choose to believe that upgrading is easy and automatic. I set that intention months ago and I'm starting to really feel it now. Yes, and Allie explained something really important. When we begin to set these intentions and shift our mindset about what is and what isn't, and you're still coming out from under the rock, it feels impossible and so difficult. But the more you do it, the more you're like, oh my gosh, it is working. I do know myself. I am connected infinitely to everyone and can create from my own wisdom. And that's what I'm supposed to do. I am allowed. In fact, if I don't get out from under the rock, I'm an asshole. No, I'm sorry. That's just my opinion. Get your ass out from under the rock. So, God, my face was scary just then. I was looking at myself. I'm getting fire because I'm tired of seeing you. I've been so sweet for the first couple years that I was live streaming. I didn't even call anybody to anything other than to witness me learning to know myself. Guess what? I crossed a threshold. I deliver audios that shift and transform people virtually around the world instantly as I walk on the beach because I did it every day for years, right? I did it. I kept doing it and doing it. Felt awkward as fuck at first. Like, who the fuck am I to deliver a guided meditation? I don't even like listening to them. Well, guess what? I've listened to a whole bunch since then. I've learned some energy healing and gotten certified, and I've had hundreds of people that I've worked with. So everything that you do, it's the little things you do every day when you can't even see or trust in it that leads you to believing in more and more of what does feel aligned to you and that does get you out from under the rock. And so if you feel like you can't afford to spend $20 or $50 or even $200 on yourself to change your whole fucking life in 2 weeks, I don't know what you're thinking. If you know that I'm the person to shift you and you've been eyeballing me for months and coming to my inbox and asking for help, and you know that I'm the person for you and you're seeing the testimonial that I'm having, what are you doing? Get your ass in there, because pretty soon it ain't going to be $200. All right. Sarah says, oh, wow, I never thought of that as a belief. Everything is a belief, Sarah. Everything is a belief. I love you too, Allie. Rachel, hey, honey, I love you. Thank you, Shafina. Wendy, where's my Wendy? Hello, ladies. All right, so Shafina, I think that, is this you with all this energy and tension in your throat? And trust me, I understand. The first time I spent $100 on a 6-week online course to stop procrastination, which was actually the most amazing course from Delphina Alden that blew my mind and spirit open to who she did her card reading, and she's like, oh my God, Val, you are going to be doing things that blow your mind. You're going to be shifting energy. You're going to be reading it. Like, I can't even believe what you're going to be doing. She saw it all. I was freaked out to spend that $100. I woke up in the night with sweats. Things have shifted since then. How do we change the belief? How do you change a belief? I love that. Yeah, it's heavy, Shafina. I know. So we're gonna, first of all, when you watch me and I resonate with you on something, I start to bring it up even more in myself because I'm like, ooh, I don't want to feel that. Let me release that. So it starts to build up in you because you're empathic, you're mirroring me. And then when I clear it, you clear it too. That's how this works. So this energy that's all tight in here, and Sarah, I'm gonna answer your question, is about, this is actually what we're clearing in clean slate, clear vision, which isn't surprising to me. Everything is serendipitous and synchronicity. And I called you in before I came on the live stream energetically. This energy right here is panic and anxiety. And you may not feel panicked and anxious, but your energy is still resonating with that fear. It's almost like somebody got you like a chokehold, right? And I got to tell you, the different experiences that I've offered as sold programs that I am archiving now do deal with different parts of your energy system. And when you release them, it really does, it's painful. My releases can be physically and emotionally intense because we get through it quickly, but it's like you're releasing, like someone's got you by the throat, or someone's got you by the back, or someone's got you down in the guts. It's like we really feel viscerally that someone's got a hold of us. And when you release the energy and the emotion and the attachment and all of that, just by listening to me guide your mind to let go of that, and you feel safe and you feel free, when that energy frees up, everything in the quantum level shifts. They're like, oh, she's coming out from under the rock. Kick ass. Is there somewhere to deliver the energy to? Are we connected into everybody into the grid? Kick ass. We got it. We're connected. If you're under the rock living in fear, oh, how do I think it's not hard? And if you don't pay any attention to what you feel, one of the biggest things to keep you in the loop is to feel that feeling, feel that anxiety, and then go, yeah, whatever. I want to eat some M&Ms. I want to get drunk. I want to, whatever addiction or thing, no mount thing you do to feel better and to feel safe and to feel free that you're doing, instead of going, hang on a minute, why don't I feel safe and free? I am safe and free. Why do I still feel not safe and free? And you could journal the fuck out of yourself and still not feel safe and free. And if that's the case, come see me. We need to do some energy clearing and emotional mindset rewiring. And it doesn't have to take years. It doesn't have to take years. It does not have to take years. My clients that come to me have been trying to clear it for years, and then they come to me and we're shifting in anywhere from 24 hours to a few weeks. Does that mean the work's not difficult? No. If you've had such a misaligned life experience that your whole body is tied up in knots and your guts are fucked up and you're sick and you hate your life, you're gonna have to shift it to get into a place where you don't feel like that every day, right? And a lot of times the most difficult work is that you don't get out of the rock situation until you shift your energy. That's your soul lesson. Do you guys see this? That's why I get so frustrated when people are like, yeah, I'll come back to you in a couple months when I just can't do it right now. I'm like, did you know that if you did that, I'm not saying you're getting your money back after 2 weeks. That's up to your life and what's going on with you. But you're definitely going to shift your energy and have way more opportunities to be clear and connected to the all that is you, than when you're under that rock waiting for a miracle, not even actually creating and allowing for a miracle. Who's with me on this and gets this? I'm glowing today. Thank you, Allie. That is where we are coming to, Allie. The work that I'm doing with my clients, we are luminous. We are clear channels. We are streaming through consciousness, grounded deep into the earth. We are wise and awake and bold and rebellious and luminous and radiant with connection to the all that is. We are not under a fucking rock. Fuck that rock. Michelle says Sunday was awesome. I'm so happy I joined it. It really cleared my mind and gave me the reset I needed. And that is what working with me like. It's like a fucking reboot in your life. Every day I felt better and better, if that makes sense. And I don't just get you rebooted, then I teach you how to go do it for yourself. I don't want you hanging around dependent on me forever unless you're evolving as rapidly as I am and we're doing life together and you're in my mastermind and going to Bali and Laguna Beach and Maui with me. That's what's coming the next 3 months. But I'm not, I don't want like a drip feed clients where I'm like, give you a tiny bit and then milk it and get my money or whatever. No. I'm here to change and shift. I was under that rock and I wanted somebody to come and help me. And I'm helping you by like teaching you how to get yourself out from that under that rock, so that if ever you find yourself under a rock again, you know how to get yourself out and you feel safe and free. It's such a power to feel safe and free. Shafina's neck is tingling. Sarah says it's 5:30 a.m. here in Perth, and I literally just woke up and came on. I thought it was so weird. Sarah, you've been called. You must join us Friday. It's only $197, or you can go VIP for $997 and really fucking change your thing with the one-on-one. Both experiences will be extremely powerful. Yes, I called you in. I really did a deep quantum ground. I connected